What's up, everybody? Almost ready to get started. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a couple seconds, let people get on here. Y'all know, going up in the smoking section, you know the deal. Yeah, you know the deal. We're going up, get high as a mug. Yeah. So as I get ready, let's go live. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been here along the way. Yeah. We are live now officially here with the smoking section. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you to everybody who supports the podcast, supports the brand, supports the movement. Yeah, shout out Beast Camp. Yeah, Monster Beast in here representing hardcore goodness. Yeah, shout out Beast Camp. Yeah, check out beastcamp.com. Go get your fix of crump needs and just life building. You know what I'm saying? Like we really out here trying to make people better people, dude. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about all that other goofy, like word up, like goofy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? We are out here just trying to be ourselves and trying to, push the community. Honestly, uh, yeah. But on that note, Instagram, follow me now, right now. Corpse Collection, yeah, at KORPSX Collection. I'm doing motherfucking podcast posts for people to get in their ideas and stuff. So I'm trying to be super interactive. Whatever. This post though specifically comes from my homie Thomas Sharadu, and shout out my boy, and then on top and was topped off by my buddy Lionel Kilbert, and it was talking about the mob, right? So tinfoil hat, put it on, right? But it's talking about the mob in politics and how what if what if any effect it has on us. And then my buddy Lionel, right? Lionel Kilbert, my man, shout out. Uh, he wanted me to talk specifically about Nancy Pelosi, right? Which I'll get to. So first and foremost, the mafia, right? La Cosa Nostra, the sting of ours, right? Was started out in Sicily, or out in Italy for sure, and it was mainly because there was issues between the Italian citizens and the Italian government at the time, right? As we all know, during the time back then, it was like really corrupt governments. Stuff was fucked up, and people had to take care of their own. So crazy. Put your tinfoil hat on though, right? So with that, you started having people who immigrated here, right, and brought that same idea, right? They saw a brand new U.S. government. They saw a brand spanking new country. And they're like, yo, this thing is like faulty, right? So we got to take care of our own. Shout out whoever's in the smoking section with me. Much love. Shout out to everybody tuning in on YouTube. Shout out to everybody tuning in on Facebook. Love y'all. Much appreciated. But so, hence the birth of the mob in America. Now, right? People ask me to explain the mob in America. Think about JFK, right? Everybody talks about JFK. Now, supposedly Santo Trafficante from Florida admitted to having Jack Kennedy killed. Supposedly, right? I don't know the validity of those statements, right? But it was written down, put into a book that Santo Trafficante, I think Junior, if I'm really recalling properly, but he was the mob boss of Florida. Him and Marcelo of Louisiana, Louisiana. I'm one of the ones that conspired to have him gone. Now, The crazy part about that is, though, is that JFK was also president because of the mob, because of their interference in the elections out in Illinois. Joe Kennedy, Jack's dad, John F. Kennedy's dad, right? Joe Kennedy had a lot of dealings with the mob. Supposedly ran liquor with them, and that's how he actually amassed his wealth. No one really knew where Joe Kennedy got his wealth from, where it all started. Nobody really knew. Yeah. So, boom, Joe Kennedy. Now, if they can get a president elected, what were they doing before that time, right? So, especially in New York, they were in everything. They had their money in the police force, in the courts, lawyers, the newspaper, everything. They were in everything, right? And it's not as complex as people may think, right? You just get a cousin's cousin hired into the job you're at, and it goes from there. Once they get in and they got their fingers in, they would just take control. You know what I mean? And kind of enforce their will on people. The Smoking Section Live. What's going on, people? But so now, getting to Nancy Pelosi, right? So everyone knows Pelosi is powerful, right? She's been in politics for a long time, and she just kind of popped up out of nowhere, right? Her nephew is Gavin Newsom, who is the current governor of California. So we see family ties already, and we all know people in the mob are all about family ties, right? Now, think about this, though. During 1961, during the hold on, I have it right here. In the 1961, in the renegotiation board under John F. Kennedy, was assigned a Mr. Thomas D. Alessandro Jr., who is the father of Nancy Pelosi. And also, during that time, he was also investigated for being in cahoots, right, and possibly involved in racketeering with the crime families out of Baltimore. Now, he was already in the House of Representatives, if I remember correctly. Do my notes. Yeah. He was already in the House of Representatives and was already had already been the mayor of Baltimore. So, then being investigated for this, supposed involvement, right, which was picked up by the FBI, which these documents were actually released, last year. This is where I got some of his notes from. But the documents were actually released last year about this investigation. And it actually stated on there that he was going to actually be considered for a higher post. And that if this investigation wasn't squashed, that it may hinder him. Yeah? So it's kind of crazy to see the FBI squashing some of these things. And let's not forget how involved Mr. Hoover was with the FBI himself. Not with the FBI, I'm sorry. But with the FBI, how involved it was with the mafia back then. For a long time, the FBI never took the mafia seriously. They didn't think that they were more worried about stopping communists than they were worried with La Cosa Nostra here in America. Yeah. So when you have people like the Pelosi's, you have people who go up higher. Like, let's be real. John F. Kennedy was not only killed because he wanted to start talking out about secret societies, he was also killed because he was a man whore and he had sex with a boss's wife, right? And took us out of Cuba and fucked up those relations, right? Which was a very profitable relation that the Italians had. Okay. John also got whacked for the idea that he's going to expose mob truths and how they work. right? And some of those workings are still in there today. There's people who are related to bosses, right? Who are in politics. There's people who grew up with some of the bosses, who their uncle or their cousin, brothers, are bosses, right? Joe Colombo ran a political party, right, or a political movement, right? The Italian American Coalition, right? He got shot at one of their events. So let's not act like they don't still have power. Let's not act like they're still not out here, right, going crazy. So they are very still in our politics. They still run the country. A lot of these people are on boards of major corporations. Feel me? So I want to say thank you. Thank you for that. That topic is fun. I have the most fun with that. Getting my tinfoil hat on, getting into conspiracy theories. Um, I need to get my boy on here one day so I can sit here and talk conspiracy theories with him. But I love you, T. Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's time. Sign off. I'm high. I'm gonna take one whipper. Until next time, people. Hope you have a good day, week, month. Yeah. Until next time. Yeah. Stay motivated.